Right, I haven't turned a piece of Malaysian Acacia on video in a while. Right then, first thing I'm going to do is apologise. The sound quality might be a bit not up to standard on this. I've explained before how my sound system in the workshop works, that there's a mic on my chest and there's a long wire that comes out of the back of the suit and is embedded into the workshop so that it's well out of the way. I wasn't happy with the sound quality of the last week's video, so I went and checked everything and I found there was a tiny little crack in that long wire. I have another one ordered. I actually have two ordered, and I get them from a place in England that do really high quality ones, but it hasn't arrived yet. So instead of the mic being on my chest, it's actually connected to that camera there. So it's basically in front of my face. So if I turn away, the sound might go down or up a bit. So I apologise about that straight away. Right, as I said, I haven't turned any Malaysian Acacia on video in a while, and this is one of the nicest blanks I've seen in a while. There's not a crack in the thing, so it should end up pretty nice. First thing I'm going to do is round it off, and then I'll put a mortise in this. Right, so we get to round it off first, just so to get the balance up. Yes, clean up the top. Right, now I'll face off here and put the mortise in it, and then we get going. It's a very pretty blank, this. Now I want a foot on this, so we do the rule of thirds, which just basically means that a foot will be there. Right, so we cut that foot in as well. Yeah, with fair trade. First things first, get this corner off so I can get the tool rest in where I want it to be. Right, now what I'm going for in this one is I'm going for a curve from there to there, just as one curve. I know a lot of the time I'll do two curves. I'll do a curve from there out and then a further curve up, but this time I'm just going to go for a straight curve all the way out. Right, this is a bit dusty, so I'm putting a mask on, so I may not be talking much during the first part of this. Right, we're going to go across and secure that foot in to give me a guide as to where I'm cutting. If you're putting a foot in, it makes it a lot easier to actually put it in properly, because then you've, as I said, you've a guide to where you're cutting. And I'll have to go to a pull cut here because of the way I want to make this bow. Right then, what I'm going to do here, right, is I'm going to do a very slight pull cut down that, because I don't want that sharp ridge there. I want it to kind of mould in. As I said, I hope everything's been picked up with the mic, because of the way it has to be rigged up this week. And again, I apologise about that. Right. And there you can see that the foot is now blended in to the bowl instead of just being a sharp thing down at the bottom. It's a little touch that can make feet look better. Although with some bowls you do want a sharp thing down there, but with this, because the curve is going all the way down to the foot, you don't want the sharp thing there. It just, as I said, it just looks better. Right. Yeah, we'll go back to a push cut to finish the top of this curve. Right, I'm going to put a new wedge on this. See what it's doing? With a bit of care out there, you can feel the gouges going blunt. Right, so I'm going to go and put an edge on this again. See that bump there? That's breaking before, so that must come out, that bump. Slight bump just there. Right, I'm going to do that with side bevel foot. There's not much in it at all. No, there's not much in that at all. And I got it's a very slight bump just there. Yeah, got it. Right, just one solid curve all the way up there. Right now, I will sand and finish that. I'll be back with the Yorkshire Grit bit, which this week is a bit of fun. Right, I'm going to take this mask off. This week is a bit of fun. It's a thing that happens in Ireland. Tall tales are a thing in Ireland. And some of them sound so unbelievable that you'll sit there and go, nah, that didn't happen. But you're actually surprised how many of them are true. And this week's one is true. So, right now, just doing the Yorkshire Grit. And this week's Yorkshire Grit bit is kind of twofold. There's the tall tale I'm going to tell you, and then there's kind of a plug for a fellow YouTuber and Woodturner who's up to starting to do something, and I think it's a great idea. Right, it's Steve Cavell over at SK Crafts. We'll leave a link to Steve's channels down below. Right, Steve, I'm sorry if I just butchered your surname. Right, but Steve has started to do this range called Chuck Buddies. Right, I'll stick a picture up now. Right, now, I was talking to Steve, and I told him I'd stick up a plug for him because I think it's a great flipping idea. Right. And Steve, and I got all the sizes and stuff that he does. Steve actually pointed out that he has a Facebook page, which I know about, which totally slipped my mind. And I will leave a link up there, and one below in the description. Right. No, I didn't get these because I already have a system for holding chucks. I have everything in one rack. Because if you've seen the shop tour, you'll know my shop is very small. So I have everything in one rack. But if you're doing up your shop, or if you need somewhere to store chucks and stuff, I would definitely recommend this. And he also does a range of stuff. It's not just for chucks. He basically he does a storage range, and he's just been featured in Maker Central, which was good for great news for Steve. Right, so as I said, if you're looking for somewhere to store chucks and stuff, I would recommend having a look at this Chuck Buddies system that Steve has come up with. As I said, I think it's a great idea, and have a look at his channel as well. He does some pretty good stuff. Right, now, this tall tale from Ireland. Right, this is a puck fair one. Right, it was about midnight-ish, I'd say, and puck fair was in full swing, and this group of guys came into town. Right, and the main guy was kind of, you know, this is the way the story was told to me. Right? The main guy was kind of scruffy looking. Had, you know, the matted, long-haired, dreadlocky things and stuff on. And they were walking around town. And they decided to go into one of the pubs. To which the bouncer on the door says, "You're not getting in." Basically, he didn't like the look of them, so he says, "You're not getting in." So there was a bit of, basically, shock, I suppose, from this head guy. And there was a bit of, you know, "Don't you know who I am?" and all this. So the answer he got was, "I don't care if you're Charlie Haughey's first cousin, you're not getting in here tonight." And as I said, there was shock all over this guy's face, because I don't suppose it ever happened to him before. It turns out that the guy in question was none other than Mel Gibson. He was over filming Braveheart, and still had the hair. Like anybody who's seen the film knows the way his hair was and stuff like that. And as I said, looked scruffy, and wouldn't be let in. Now, I happen to know the bouncer. He's a good friend of mine. And yes, this is completely believable with the bouncer in question. So I won't say his name. But, as I said, complete shock. Now, as I said, sometimes tall tales in Ireland, they're so outlandish that you go, "That's not true, that can't be true." This one, and I will leave a link down below, hit the papers. It hit the national press, and I will leave the link down below. And if you don't believe the story, you can actually go and read about it in the Irish National Press. Right? Now the thing is that we actually get a lot of Hollywood A-listers over here, and the reason is they're treated like normal people. And I could go through a huge list, but there's no point. Right? But just trust me, there's a lot of them. Right? So the reason they come over is because they get treated like normal people. Like, they can go to the local chipper and buy a single of chips like everybody else, and they won't get mobbed. They can go for a pint in the local pub. They don't get mobbed. They get treated like normal people. Right? Which I suppose is a bit of a break for them, really. I just thought you'd find that one kind of amusing. That Mel Gibson was not allowed into a pub in Florida, County Kerry, which is a small little town in Ireland, because he looked too scruffy. So I thought you'd find that one amusing. Right, now, next week's one, I've another tall tale for you, again from Puck, and this one is really funny. Right, so I'll get on with this, and I'll be back when I'm buffing the wax off. And I hope you enjoyed that little story. As I said, it's quite a good one. And as I said, I know the bouncer in question, personal friend, lovely fella. But yeah, quite amusing, and I'm telling you, to this day, he has never lived that one down. I'd say he gets reminded about it constantly. Right, so I'll keep going with this, and be back then. And don't forget, if you're looking for truck stuff, have a look at Steve's stuff. He exports everywhere, by the way. That's one of the things I checked from, was does he export to Ireland, and he does. And he exports to America. He exports everywhere. So his stuff is good. So have a look at that. Right, so I'll be back in a minute. Just buffing the wax off. I love the way this Malaysian Acacia gold colours in it. It differs from the Tiger Wood a fair bit in that. And I said Tiger Wood is an acacia in itself, and you'd be surprised what actually is. There's about 240 species of acacia, and if you go into subspecies, it goes up to about 400. And as I said, you'd be surprised what actually is acacia. And one I was surprised about was koa. Koa is an acacia. And what we get here in Ireland and over in England are called acacias. When you see them growing, they're actually called false acacias because they're not acacias, they just kind of look like them. But they're not actual acacia, the wood is different in them. But as I said, it's been a long time since I've got a piece this nice. And that gold there in it is absolutely stunning. That is a gorgeous piece. Right, we flip this over and get the other side done. I'll be back in a sec. Right, then I have the mask back on because, as I said, this is a bit dusty. So we level it off first. Low.
a mark for how wide I want it. Right. And now we'll start hollowing, and as usual, if nothing happens, I'll just speed through the hollowing. Now, if anybody has any questions about hollowing, just ask, and if I have to, I'll do a special video on it, or I'll go through this slower on videos. Right, I'm just going to hit this with the negative brake scraper because it's a little bump that I don't like. The gouge isn't hitting it just right, so I'm just going to give it a hit with the negative brake scraper. A lot faster than the negative brake scraper. Causing curls, I'm going to have to do it with the gouge. If you ever do that, where you're using a scraper, even a negative brake, and it's tearing out, I hope that camera's picking up. See that tear out there? That's the negative brake scraper. The grain of the wood is going completely the wrong way to use a scraper on it. A very good clean-up cut, and the tear out is gone. That's not still there. Very, very slight just there. Now it's good. But I'm going to put a bump in it. Just there. That's not acceptable. That's better. Right, now we'll sand it from this off. I'll be back in a minute.
Right then, just buffing the hamster chain off. There is some gorgeous shit tongues in this. Absolutely gorgeous. The gold in the acacia is just popping. See it just there? Gold is just moving all around the place. Gorgeous. Lovely piece of cross grain just there. That is nice. Right, I'll take it off and give you a better look at it. So, back in a sec. There we have it, an absolutely gorgeous Malaysian acacia bowl. The chatoyance in it is absolutely gorgeous. The foot just lifts it up, so it looks like it's floating. Absolutely delighted with that. As I said, that was the nicest blank I've got in a while, so I'm absolutely delighted with the way it turned out. And of course, halfway through doing this video, the new wiring arrived. But I didn't change the mic because there's nothing worse than looking at a video and the sound to change halfway through. Right, so I hope you enjoyed that one. If you wouldn't mind clicking the thumbs up, I'd be most grateful. And I'll see you in the next one.